Everybody, and welcome into America East Championship softball action coming your way from Binghamton University at the Bearcats Softball Complex. It's morning softball. How about that? Breakfast time for many, but showtime here for these two teams going at it for a chance to get an NCAA tournament berth and claim the America East Championship. The Bryant Bulldogs matching up against the #1 seed and regular season champion Binghamton Bearcats. I'm Roger. A .372 batting average coming into this game. And there's a call, strike looking. So Coleman goes down with a strikeout, and that'll bring up the #2 hitter, Rower. At America East, at least potentially, a Bearcat win clinches it. If Binghamton loses to Bryant, this is right back to the circle. Grabbed by Roberts, and that is a nice catch to snare that one before it got by her.
She's tunneling that screwball and rise ball in the outside half.
That's hit into the air, and that's going to fall in for a base hit. So Houck continues hot hitting, and she's aboard. And so she'll pull up at first base, and that brings up the cleanup batter. It's off the single by Megan Houck. Roberts peering in, gets the sign, delivers, that sails inside, hit McAloon, and she's aboard. So they hit by pitch, and in this first inning, 2 runners aboard now. Middles are great, but everybody wants to go to the NCAAs. There's a swing and a miss, and Roberts seems to get better when batters are aboard. She just really bears down, and a strikeout there. So a couple of runners are stranded. We go to the bottom of the first inning. No
silent. They're not high wind gusts today.
That's hit high into the air and racing in the left fielder to make the grab. So 1 down as the Bearcats' Brianna Santos goes down. That catch on the run from left field by McKenna Coleman. That'll bring up the #2 batter, Lindsay Walter. She's hitting at a .316.
The losers part of the bracket, so we're on game 5 for them.
That's slapped to short. Houck scooping, throwing, not in time. Speed got that. A base hit for Lindsay Walter at the bottom of the first inning. And that was a beautiful pitch by Walker. Caught her looking on the outside corner of the plate. That had her fooled. She just couldn't pull the trigger. That pitch is upstairs. There goes Walter. Slides in. Another steal. And now she's in scoring position.
And another obstruction that's not being called. That's the 3rd one.
That's it into the air, fairly deep as well. Back it goes off the top of the wall. Here comes Walter. She scores easily. Stand-up double. Lawson delivers for the Binghamton Bearcats, and they are able to get on the board to take the 1-0 lead. That one almost went out, hitting at the top of the padded fence. And Emma Lawson delivers. Here comes Rachel Carey to the plate.
Take a look at this great piece of hitting going with it opposite fields. Like I mentioned earlier, there's no wind gust today. Looks like it hits Valenzuela right in the top of the head. Hopefully she's all right. Looks like Rayner is coming out of the dugout, #6. She's going to be a defensive replacement.
2 down, the Bearcats up 1-0 on the Emma Lawson double and driving in Walter. Here's another hit down the line. Here comes Lawson. She turns on the Jets, and she scores. Another RBI. Rachel Carey makes it 2-0 Bearcats.
Great job by the freshman. See the passion on her face. Great excitement. She gets on top of a high and inside pitch. She loves looking for pitches that are more up in the zone. Attacking early. Veteran move there.
Carey is at first base. And that is hit, and that is just fair. Carey is going to turn the corner, and she heads to third, slides in, and she made it under the tag by Clendenin. And taking second base on that throw is Farina. The Bearcats now runners at second.
Wondering if she's taking something off or maybe just a little bit fatigued from the long week.
And that is hit to first, scooped up, and that puts out the fire, but not before the Bearcats are able to score 2.
Roberts probably going to go with the inside curve here. She's been staying away all these 3 pitches here. Yep. Oh,
and missing low and away. So ball 4, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Bryce Clendenin, coming in. A swing and a miss on that one. Clendenin goes down swinging. And that'll bring up Rayner.
Roberts continuing to challenge the Bryant Bulldogs on the outside.
There's a swing and a miss on that one. Another K for Roberts. And a runner aboard at first base. Swing and a miss on that one. Another strikeout. Strikeout swinging. The side retired. All 3. Circle getting the start for the Bryant Bulldogs in this game. And here's a base hit. Well, not a hit. It took off well, but kind of floated down to the shortstop. Hauk is there to make the 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kopech. And that is hit slowly where Clendenin roams over for it, makes the play. Excellent job. She had to fire on the run.
Great job by Clendenin there.
That retired. Out of the zone, ball 4, and Santos reaches. So she's aboard. That'll bring up Lynn. And there's that bunt, and that's going to be a tough play, and they do not have a play on her. Perfectly executed. The speedster's aboard for the Bearcats as Santos up 2-0. She hits this high in the sky, didn't get all of it, and it's playable. Hauk goes over into foul territory, makes the grab, and that ends the inning. So the Bearcats get a couple more than just showers on Friday, washing out the entire day's events. But an excellent facility, and they can turn things around in bad weather very quickly. Here's a line drive, and playing it almost right in her tracks, Santos. That's hit on the handle, and Santos giving chase. Makes the catch. Reaching out, and Santos sparkles again defensively. America East Championship softball coming away from Binghamton University. And a call looking. Strike 3.
Great location.
Big K on one of their key hitters, Hauk. She goes down. Look.
Jam rep to her third baseman.
That's hit high and deep. Way back it goes. Lawson has gotten all of that. Kiss it goodbye. Emma Lawson, a 210-foot plus blast over the center field fence, and the Binghamton Bearcats erupt from the dugout to welcome her in.
What a great piece of hitting. Just as I believe for a good portion of the year. Great job. Great job staying through that pitch. Getting all ball. Not necessarily known for the long ball, and she'll tell you herself she'd rather drive a ball off the wall in the gaps to move runners. That is her bread and butter.
A 309 average. This is on the fists, and McKillop can't get there, and it's a base hit. McKillop was trying to range back out of the circle. They try to get what they can out of the combination of pitchers. And there's ball 4, and Farina goes down to first base. She's aboard.
And also just being that first seed, being the home team, there is not a 5-6 hole, which is interesting because Dodick had a RBI single through that left side.
So she goes down on strike. She's down at second. This is hit into the air, and it's going to be played on one hop. And everybody had to hold up momentarily because it looked like Lewis was going to make a spectacular catch. Did a good job to keep it away from bouncing off to the side of her, but
Yes,
could not grab it in the air. Kira Kopech.
Kopech looking for something over the heart of the plate here. A miss pitch.
That's hit into the air. Rayner over for it, makes the grab, but a sacrifice fly RBI. Pedezwa pinch running. That ball gets away. Another run comes in, and then they throw down to third, and aggressive base running. Binghamton has made this now with a 3-run bottom of the third, a 5-0 Bearcat advantage as we go now to the top of the 4th inning here at the Bearcats softball complex.
What's not on it is a better question. So rows to columns, there's numbers.
Another K.
It's typically a 3 to 4 number sequence. That S for screwball, whatever it may be. Every team has different abbreviations for what pitch to throw.
Tap back to the circle. Roberts over to the first baseman Lawson, playing its 3rd game, a 2-0 record. So, thus, a Bearcat win clinches it. If Bryant comes back, then they would play again to decide the title. This right back to the mound. Roberts over to Lawson, and Lero is retired. So, a 1-2-3 inning, including one.
Getting into the community and being great mentors.
Santos right to the glove. Good job on a stab by the 3rd baseman, Clendenin, but Santos had that targeted for another.
For 2 today.
Shows bunt again. There it is. Clendenin playing it and just did get her, but only by about a half step.
Yeah, great job by Clendenin to make that adjustment. It's a good job. Great spot by McKillop. You don't want to have it come even a couple more inches over the plate. If you're going to miss, that's a great place to miss.
And another walk.
Always showed up in postseason time.
And that is ripped fair down the line. Into the corner. And Alyssa Allen pulls up at 3rd. Another double for the hot-hitting Emma Lawson.
Runs, 9 hits for the Bearcats.
That is hit on a shot to 3rd. Clendenin, nice job to throw over. That retires the side. 2 stranded. But the Bearcats take the lead through 4 full innings. It is.
I guess you're going to see an inside curveball here. Nope, coming back out. Curveball away.
That's hit high in the air. Giving chase is Santos at the base of the fence, and she tracks it down for the out. On the 3-1 pitch. And ball 4. So Rayner aboard via the walk, and that will bring up the center fielder, Lanaya Lewis. Lewis, a strikeout swinging. That was back in. Delivery, and that is bunted towards first. And good job, Emma Lawson, executing it with Dodig coming over from second.
Very well to Santos in right field.
This is hit high into the air. And Dodig
Successful meeting.
able to grab that and end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. The score holds. The left fielder stepping in against the offerings of the Bryant Bulldogs. That's a shot to short. And the throw out.
Just a little bit out in front for Farina.
Straight away to Maddie Dodig, sophomore second baseman for the Bearcats. And that is ripped into the glove. What a play. Nice job by the first baseman reaching out and grabbing that, and takes a base hit away. This is hit high in the sky. That's deep. That goes way back. Kiss it goodbye. Sarah Rendy emails that one over the left field wall, and the senior ropes one. Sarah Rendy cranking that one, got all of it.
And the hot Kopech. Sack fly in her last at bat for an RBI. Just got under that one.
Yeah, and that's hit the left field with 2 down. And Collard out there, that ends the inning, but not before the Bearcats. Rendy lights it up with a long fly. And that makes it 6-0 Bearcats. We played 5 complete. Fine fashion, at least here before the home fans. Hopefully more if Binghamton can clinch and get the NCAA bid. Here's one hit deep on the right side, roaming over Santos right near the foul line. And she hauls breaking ball away, and the opposite, of course, for the right-handed batters against the lefty. but she is masterful at hitting the corners, and here's one that gets down in front of Farina, so Hauk's able to get the single and get aboard with one out. Now she's... That's hit into the air, and that is a base hit. And the throw down, they almost got Hauk going down to second, the top of the 6th inning. That's hit high in the air. Fairly deep, too. That's going way back, and it is out of here. How about that? A 3-run blast. And all of a sudden, the Bulldogs are right back in the hunt. It is a 6-3 game now. One swing of the bat, and it changes the whole.
Just leaving a little bit too much over the plate. Getting the ball up in the air, letting the ball carry.
And we talked in the first 2 appearances by Roberts. She does throw a ton of pitches. Roberts set to deliver. And caught looking on the strikeout. What a wicked break on that ball.
Great pitch.
Fly out to right field. That's hit into the air. And that's fairly deep. And Santos climbs the wall. Oh, what a great grab. Up against the padding of the fence, leaping up. And she makes the catch. Another great play.
Not just phenomenal catches, but also really turning the momentum.
And she's just out by a step on that bunt attempt. Third is up. And Walter slaps it over her. So the third baseman inching in, expecting a bunt. What's Walter do? Well, she cranks it over her and is aboard for the Bearcats.
Textbook.
It's trying to get some runs back, leading 6-3. And that one is low. And Allen will take first base. So the walk. And now the Bearcats are runners at first and second. And that brings up
half, coupled with her changeup. As you see it there.
In the dirt. And both runners advance. So the table is set for Emma Lawson. And the count full on her, 3-2.
That's a great job by
to plate a couple of more. And she hits that to right field, and she's gonna do it. There's one run. And the second run in for the Bearcats. Lawson delivers again. What a great game she is having here. 2 runners in scoring position. And this one is ripped in between second and third. Another base hit for the Bearcats. Rachel Carey, 3rd hit of the game.
Streak, or on base streak, I should say.
And that misses low and away for ball 4. So Farina is on. And
Runs on the year.
And she hits that to the gap. It's going to go down in front of the fence at the warning track. 1 run in, 2 runs in. A 2 RBI double. Maddie Dodig. And the Bearcats now are in the lead. 10. That's tapped up into the air. And grabbed at first base. So 2 down. So you just want to just put her on now and set up the stage for a potential force somewhere. And that's what they do. So Akira Kopech walks, and the right fielder, who has been stellar, field is in. The outfield is in. Actually, short and second, short back at double play depth. Hit high into the air. Hauk is signaling to make the grab and circles under it, and we do go to the 7th. So Hauk makes that catch, ending the Bearcats' chance to walk it off here. We go to inning number 7 here from both dugouts. The Bearcats want to clinch it, get a chance to go to the NCAA tournament by outright winning not only the regular season title, but the tournament title in America East. And the strikeout swinging.
Great job here. Lefty on lefty matchup. Throws it right by her.
student, and she also playing along with Lindsay Walter and Sarah Rendy their final home games here. Swing and a miss, another K. Wow. Complete game of the postseason and win, if she can clinch it, number 21 on the year. And this is hit. And on a line, Lindsay Walter has it. You can call it out there. The Binghamton Bearcats have stopped the hearts of fans here. Another victory, and this gets them into the NCAA tournament. An automatic bid, winning not only the regular season championship, but here a final score of 10-3, beating the Bryant Bulldogs. Brianna Roberts is superb in going the route. And the other Brianna Santos, outstanding defensively overall. Emma Lawson, a tremendous game as she led the way offensively. And the Bearcats will be celebrating in style here with the victory and a chance to go to the NCAAs. Back in 2015, they appeared in the regional tournament, but it's been a while. Let's take a look at that final out. Lindsay Walter, graduate student, makes the grab.